You're too hard, too strong. Oh, God, doggy. You're gonna rip it. Just reason with me, dog. Hey, don't put that in the clean laundry, you little butthead. Dog, I can't do this all day. She's a small one, but she's a strong one. Forget it. It's over. It's all over. I have to clean up this whole mess. Did you have fun? Did you have fun? Good Lord. Hello everybody and welcome to Pigknit. If you're not familiar with my channel, my name is Jessie. Nice to meet you. I like to draw things. I guess that for starters I will once again touch upon how amazing that Pokemon video is doing. Currently over 21,000 views, which is actually kind of scary to me. Like, I never anticipated it to do so well. So now it's like, it almost freaks me out a little that I had so many people that watched it. Now I'm getting all like self-conscious about how my voiceover went. I'm like, oh God. From that video, I'm assuming I once again completely missed another milestone of mine, which was 500 subscribers. Currently at 555 subscribers, and I feel like that is bananas. I was hoping that I would get a video up before I hit it, but it snuck up on me again. Like, you guys are amazing, I can't believe this. I had said in my previous video that what I was going to do was buy a new microphone when I hit 500 subscribers. So as of yesterday, I technically have one on the way. It should be shipped today. I ordered it through Amazon Prime, so 2-day shipping for the win. Hopefully it gets here. Maybe my next video that includes a voiceover. I'm gonna start slowly improving my equipment a little at a time because you guys know me, hashtag starving artist. So started with a microphone. I'm not sure what my next one will be. It might be something like, you know how people have those arms for their tripods so that they can have the camera hover directly over their artwork instead of you guys having to watch me from an angle all the time. That might be my next go. I'm not sure. I guess we'll see. And it'll be a surprise for you. So today I'm drawing Barb from Stranger Things. If you're not familiar with the show, it's new, it's on Netflix, it's a Netflix original, and it is completely blown my mind. Justin and I, Justin is my husband, blew through that in like less than a week. I probably could have sat and watched the entire first season in one sitting if I wanted to. I have no complaints. Hands down, my favorite Netflix original show, and I can't wait till season 2. If you have any interest in creepiness, paranormal, excitement, adventure, slash Goonies, slash E.T., that kind of feel, you're gonna love it, because I've just been like singing from the rooftops. I want to tell everybody about this show because it's so amazing. Watch the first 15 minutes. Watch it until you see the title sequence, and watch that because it's amazing. And you'll pretty much know whether or not you're going to absolutely love it. And if you think you're going to love it, I promise you it probably will not disappoint because it doesn't seem to have been disappointing anybody so far. I will say though, if I were watching this and I were a little kid, I would have been terrified. And I was kind of a chicken though. Like, I'm just kind of a chicken in general. But when I was little, anything that had anything to do with aliens, that was like one of my number one fears. Aliens and electrocution. So this isn't necessarily aliens, but it's close enough that it would have like scared the crap out of me. So if you are a small child, I advise it's probably not for small children. However, if you are older, go for it because you're gonna love it. But it's so like nostalgic. So I didn't grow up in the 80s, I grew up in the 90s. It's supposed to take place in the early 80s. I think it's like 82, and it just tugs on so many nostalgia strings. It's just so good. I decided to draw Barb because she's a character that is a friend of the teenage girl that's in the show, and she comes on screen with the most fantastic high-rise, frumpy 80s jeans I may have ever seen on a TV show. And I saw her and I was like, I must try to draw her. So this is my version of her. Obviously, doesn't look exactly like her, because drawing people to look exactly like people, in my opinion, is actually incredibly difficult. So this is Barb drawn in my style, and I just drew this on Sunday night. Justin was working on the house, so I was like, I'm gonna sit down and do this, and I'm gonna record it, and then I'm gonna post it, and then you guys are gonna watch it with your eyeballs. Also, I wanted to mention, and I get this question all the time, so I had a question on one of my videos that I thought I would answer. Frank S. asked, where did the name Pigknit originate from? Basically, Pigknit was born probably in 2011, I think was when I first decided to start using it. That was when I was first starting to figure out that I wanted to be into freelance illustration, more specifically children's book illustration. That was the first thing that got me interested in doing all of this. Was I saw people that were picture book illustrators and I wanted to do that. So if you saw my maiden name, you would never guess how it's actually pronounced. Even though it's very simple, it's a big jumble of letters no one can ever read. So I was like, it's probably not a good idea to have my name be the way that you find me on the internet. No one's gonna remember how to spell it. No one's gonna know how to pronounce it. I don't know about you, but when I see someone whose last name I can't pronounce, it actually makes me feel almost kind of like self-conscious. Like it has an off-putting feeling to me, like pudding. I just said pudding. But it's kind of like when I first tried reading Harry Potter when it was brand new and I was like 10, I couldn't pronounce anyone's names in the book, so I just didn't read it. I put it down and I didn't read it again until after the movie came out, and then I was like, oh, that's how you pronounce Hermione, because I had no idea. So I didn't want to use my maiden name, and then I got married, and now my last name is Miller, and Jessie Miller is an incredibly common name. So it even works out for the benefit of that, because when you search Jessie Miller online, like, I'm not going to pop up. There's going to be thousands upon thousands. For reference, in the town that I live in, the last street that I used to live on, there were 3 Jessica Millers that lived on the same street in the same town. So that kind of gives you an idea of just how common my name is now. I just use Pigknit because it covers everything. It covers my webcomics, it covers my clip art, it covers my Etsy shop, it covers my YouTube. It's basically, if you want to find me, search Pigknit. And the name Pigknit comes from the fact that in 2011, I was into knitting and I had 2 guinea pigs. Their names were Apollo and Wilson, and they were pretty cool. They were brothers. And so I just put the 2 together and I kind of liked the way it sounded. So that's where Pigknit comes from if you were curious. If you weren't, I'm sorry, you just had to listen to all of that. But before I leave, I wanted to tell you this quick story about this balloon that I found. A month ago, this random balloon comes floating into my front lawn, and I flipped out. I ran outside and grabbed it because that thing was gonna blow away and I was not gonna let it. Even Luna was getting into it. She was like super pumped. I mean, you could just see the excitement on her face as she was booping the balloon string. But I decided to tie it to the back of my desk chair so that when I swirl around, the balloon goes with me. I'm happy to report that balloon is still alive today and floating, and it's not even sinking yet. It's still floating just as high as it was. It's just a little saggy. She's still swimming, she's still up there floating. But I hope that the rest of you are having a good month and a good week. My month has been amazing. Good things in the universe going for me. If you like this video, let me know by giving it a thumbs up. That's how I know which ones you like. Let me know in the comment section below what you'd like to see more of. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm like, what's my favorite food? Because his are pretty obvious. Like, I could rattle his off. But for mine, I don't know. So he's like, your favorite food is a bowl of fruit. And it's like, it's kind of true.